Okay, welcome back. Let's talk about the latest in cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is known for its ups and downs. It's a highly speculative and at times risky investment. But when you zoom out, look at the big picture, I guess it has followed somewhat of a predictable upward trend over the years.
Yeah, well, that could be changing. Some experts are now predicting a Bitcoin supercycle, which could send value soaring to unprecedented heights. But guess what? That would also ramp up volatility.
Okay. Some comparable Bitcoin's current market positions to early stages of tech giants like Apple and Microsoft when, right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
We know how they turned out.
Very well. Made a lot of money. All right. And they were about to enter their super cycle phases of growth.
This is all very interesting. And joining us now to discuss, crypto educator Randi Hipper and the co-founder of Terra Hosting, Michael Zuccarelli. All right, Michael, I'm going to start with you here. I don't know, when you say things like Apple and also Microsoft, those are the times where I start to think, oh, this whole Bitcoin thing, actually, maybe it's something to keep my eye on, because otherwise, to me, it's a little too risky. So break it down for us.
Well, the big thing with crypto, especially Bitcoin, is not just the Bitcoin itself. It's the technology behind it. You know, you've heard me talk about this many times, and we could be on the technological forefront as the United States if we open up to this. Bitcoin is severely undervalued, not financial advice, but Bitcoin is severely undervalued. And we definitely want it to be more adopted. People are, being more open to transacting in Bitcoin. Banks are welcoming it. It's going to be the new thing for the next decade.
When we hear words like Apple and Microsoft, I should say, when you hear companies like that, you think stability.
Yes.
Right, Randy? And is that the message that we're putting out there? It's become an asset like that.
I wouldn't even compare it to a stock. Bitcoin is a decentralized technology where anyone anywhere in the world is able to send this asset peer-to-peer 24/7, 365 with no intermediaries. It has a finite supply of 21 million. And you could do the math. 21 million Bitcoin compared to the millions of millionaires in the United States alone. How many of them are going to be able to own one whole Bitcoin? Simple supply and demand. There's nothing like Bitcoin, and there will never be anything like Bitcoin, considering that it's the best performing asset out of the last 14 to 15 years.
Let's talk about the intersection of politics and cryptocurrency here. As we reported, former President Trump has been positioning himself as the pro-crypto candidate. But at the same time, Vice President Kamala Harris has been mildly supportive. But now with Bitcoin breaking the $70,000 mark as Trump leads in many polls, the question is there actually a connection to all of this, Michael?
I think so. The Republicans are the party of deregulation. And honestly, Kamala Harris and her campaign just seems to be following what Donald Trump is doing when it comes to the crypto stuff. And, we'll take crypto donations. And then you see the Harris campaign do it. No tax on tips. And then here comes the Harris campaign saying the same thing. I don't think they have a policy with it. They're kind of winging it when it comes to crypto. And a lot of it's education. And I think the former president wasn't very educated on it early, but now he's got his son, Donald Trump Jr., Barron, educating him and say, Dad, we need to get involved in this. And I think he's more open to it. And I think now he sees it as a new industry that will allow America to flourish.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Randy, Michael, good to see you both. And
thank you.
We'll continue the conversation another time on the Crypto Corner.
I learned so much every
Thank
time.
you.
All right, thank you. And coming up, a real lifesaver.